Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Adan, и this video is a continuation in the series of videos, the playlist series here on YouTube, of learning the Russian alphabet. So, first of all, just remember, this is a series of videos, so if you're just seeing this video, look around on the channel, and you'll see that there's a playlist, and you can just play everything in order as a playlist, okay? Now, we have learned a few letters, and I like, when you look at a language, I like doing it that way, just breaking it 3 letters at a time, very, very slowly, but consistently, examining 3 letters, and then 3 more letters, and then 3 more letters, and that will get you through the alphabet. And we've talked about the word that we have learned thus far to date, which is vada. But if you notice something, I'm sneaking a few more words in, and that's actually on purpose. I'm doing that intentionally, where you just sneak in a few words. Oh yeah, by the way, the Russian word for and is I. Oh, by the way, the Russian preposition with is just the s sound, and you say it exactly. So I like taking it just a little bit at a time, but sneaking a few things in there on you. So you actually have probably learned today to a little more than just one word. But we're going to continue with the Russian alphabet. And first of all, let's just review. Let's review what we have learned to date. Thus far, we have A, B, V, G, D, Y, Yo, J, Z, I, с краткой, и K. All right, so that's where we're at thus far. A, B, V, G, D, Y, Yo, J, Z, I, с краткой K. Хорошо. So we'll move on with our next 3 letters. Now, this next letter, it's one of those funny things, and you're going to see this a couple of times with Russian sounds. And what I mean by that is there's an easy way to do it for English speakers, but you'll have an accent. But actually the sound is a little more nuanced than that to an actual Russian speaker. The letter I should say is L. Now, you could just say, just to be easy, just the L sound, right? L. But it's a little bit more hard than that, really. When a Russian says L, it's a little more, I don't know, it's just the best way to describe it, and there's actually a concept that you're going to have to get used to, especially with Russian, and that is that of a hard sound and a soft sound. It's a very, what's called a palatized language. But it's more of a, like an ill, right? If you say, oh, like sick, like I'm ill, it's sort of like that L, right? So it's a hard L. I'm ill. L is the name of the letter. Okay. If you just use the letter, la, or in English, the L sound, it will work, but it's a little more hard than that, although this letter can be palatized and made soft. We'll get to that later. Don't worry about that right now. We're just going to concentrate on 3 letters. All right? So, L. All right, the next letter would be M. Just like in English. M-N, M. We call it an M. It's the exact same thing in Russian. Like ma and met. It's the exact same sound. It's just the M sound, okay? So very, very simple. Now, we run into our next letter, our last letter that we're going to cover here. It looks like an H, right? There's a few Russian letters that look like an English letter that's not that letter. So this looks like an H, but it's not an H. It is actually the Russian N. N. Okay, just like N and net, like we caught the fish with a net, it's an N sound. So when you see this letter, it is not an H, it is an N. N. Okay, so there we are. Very simple. 3 new letters. Nothing as difficult as iskratkoy. To sort of understand, it's just L, M, N. Sort of like English. So we now have, by way of review, going back all the way from the beginning, A, B, V, G, D, Y, Yo, J, Z, I, iskratkoy, K, L, M, N. We have our one official Russian word that we've learned, although I have sneaked a few in on you on the side, like moy, when I was describing iskratkoy. But we also have the official word. We'll just call this the official word that we have learned for water, which is voda. Voda. Okay, and this concludes this particular video for learning the Russian alphabet.